I had the answer. I had it the whole time. And I said nothing.
In the meeting yesterday?
Yes. Every time I was ready to speak, somebody else started, and then the conversation moved on. And after 20 minutes, I just stopped trying.
That is such a common feeling. And here's the thing, Anna. Your English is fine. The problem is not the words. The problem is knowing how to enter the conversation.
So there is a way?
There is one sentence. Try this. Could I add something here?
Okay, give me a moment. Could I add something here?
Of course, go ahead.
That is it? That worked?
That is it. 5 words. You are not interrupting. You are asking. It gives people an easy way to let you speak.
Okay, then today, let us use 10 phrases in one real meeting, from walking in the door to agreeing the next step.
And they are all short. If you can say them, you can use them tomorrow.
So let me describe the meeting. 6 people. My manager, Rita, 2 people from my team, someone from operations, me. And we're deciding whether the new system goes live in March or whether we wait until April.
And you had an opinion.
I had a strong opinion. I thought March was too early. We had not tested anything.
And you said nothing for 50 minutes.
45, but yes.
Can I ask you something? What were you waiting for?
A gap, a quiet moment. I kept waiting for someone to stop talking.
And that moment never comes.
It never comes.
Right, because in a real meeting, people do not leave a nice space for you. You have to make the space yourself. That is what the first phrase does.
But it still feels rude.
It feels rude to you. It does not sound rude to them. Listen to the difference. If I say, wait, I want to say something. How does that sound?
A little sharp.
A little sharp. Now, could I add something here?
Softer. It is a question, not a demand.
Exactly. English does something interesting. When you turn a statement into a question, it usually sounds softer than a direct demand. That is most of the work.
So the question is the trick.
The question is the trick. And there is a second one for a different moment. When somebody says something and you agree, but you want to go further. I'd like to add to that.
I'd like to add to that. So it is not disagreeing.
Not at all. It says, you are right and there is more. People love it. You are helping them.
Can I say something? I always think you were born knowing this.
Oh no. In my first job, I had the opposite problem.
The opposite?
I talked too much. I was nervous, so I filled every silence. And one day a colleague told me, very kindly, Daniel, you are answering questions nobody asked.
She said that?
He said that, and he was right. So I had to learn the same phrases you were learning, just from the other side.
That actually makes me feel better.
Good. Nobody is naturally good at this. It is just sentences you have not learned yet.
Can we do something? Tell me the wrong versions, because I think I have said all of them.
Okay, give me one.
Excuse me, sorry, excuse me.
Oh no.
That is me. That is what I do. I say, excuse me 4 times and get quieter every time.
And what happens?
Nothing happens. People keep talking.
Because excuse me on its own is not a request. It is a noise. It does not tell anyone what you want. Could I add something here? Tells them exactly what you want and how long it will take.
What about, I have a question?
That one is fine, but it is smaller. It says you want information. Sometimes you do not have a question. You have an answer.
I never thought about that. I say, I have a question when I actually have an opinion.
A lot of people do. It feels safer, but it puts you in a small chair.
A small chair.
You sit down as the person who does not know, and then it is very hard to stand up again in the same meeting.
Okay, one more. Sorry to interrupt.
Better than excuse me, but you are apologizing before you have done anything. Save the apology. You may not need it.
I apologize for existing in meetings.
Most of us start there. The phrases are how you stop.
Okay, so I am in the meeting. I have said, could I add something here? People are looking at me. Now what? Because that is where my mind goes blank.
Now you need a soft way to start an opinion. Try, from my point of view.
From my point of view, why not just say, I think?
You can say I think, it is fine, but listen to what happens with the longer one. I think March is too early. Versus, from my point of view, March is too early.
The second one sounds calmer.
It sounds like an opinion, not a judgment, and it gives you 2 extra seconds to think. Do not underestimate that.
The thinking time is the real reason.
The thinking time is a very good reason. Try it with your real opinion.
From my point of view, March is too early. Nobody has tested the new system with the people who will actually use it.
There it is. That is a professional sentence, and you just built it in 4 seconds.
Here's another problem, though. Sometimes I do not speak because I did not fully understand, and I am embarrassed to ask.
This one is my favorite because everybody thinks asking is weak, and it is the opposite.
How is it the opposite?
Because the confident person in the room is the one who says, "Sorry, what do you mean by that?" The nervous person nods and hopes.
I am the nodding person.
Most people are. So, sorry, what do you mean by ready? Or, sorry, what do you mean by soon?
Oh, that is good. Because in my meeting, Rita kept saying, we are almost ready, and I did not know if that meant this week or next month.
And if you do not ask, you agree to something you do not understand. That is how you end up working the weekend.
Speaking from experience?
Speaking from many weekends.
And what if I think I understood, but I'm not sure?
Then you check. If I understand correctly, you want the training finished by Friday?
If I understand correctly, that is polite.
It is polite and it is safe. Because if you are wrong, they correct you in 1 second and nothing is broken. If you are right, everybody hears the agreement out loud.
So it protects both people.
It protects both people. And here is a small thing that matters. Say it slowly. When you rush this phrase, it sounds nervous. When you slow down, it sounds careful.
If I understand correctly, you want the training finished by Friday.
Perfect. And notice you paused after correctly. That pause is doing work.
Now the hard one. What if I actually disagree?
Simple. You say, I disagree.
Really? Daniel, in front of my manager and my whole team, I say I disagree?
No, you are right. That is too hard. I was thinking about how we talk, not how a meeting works.
Because I disagree stops the conversation. Everybody goes quiet.
They do. Okay, better. I see your point, but.
I see your point, but. And that is different because?
Because the first half is a gift. You are telling them, I listened to you and I understood you. Then the but is much easier to accept.
I see your point, but I am worried nobody has tested the new system.
And now you have disagreed and nobody is offended.
Is disagreeing enough, though? It still feels negative.
It is not enough on its own. This is the mistake I see most often. People say what is wrong and then they stop.
And then they look like the difficult person.
Exactly. So you always follow it with, could we try another option?
Could we try another option?
And then give the option. Could we try another option? We start in March, but only with one team first.
Oh, that is what I wanted to say in the meeting. That exact thing.
And now you have the sentence to carry it.
I see your point, but I am worried nobody has tested it. Could we try another option? We start in March with one team first.
That is not a junior person speaking. That is somebody running the room.
But what if they say no? I offer my option and Rita says, no, we are doing March everybody at once.
Then you have already won something.
How is that winning?
Because now you have said it clearly and everybody in that room heard it. If it goes wrong in March, nobody can say that nobody mentioned it.
I had not thought of it like that.
Most people think speaking up only works if you get your way. It does not. Half the value is that the room now knows.
So I should say it even when I think I will lose?
Especially Ben. And there is a phrase for that moment too, although it is really just the same one used differently. I see your point, but I would like it noted that we have not tested it.
That sounds a bit formal.
It does. Softer version. I see your point. I am still a little worried about the testing, but let us go with March.
Oh, that is nice. I agreed and I disagreed at the same time.
You did, and you did not fight. That is a very useful thing to be able to do.
And if she is annoyed?
Then she is annoyed, and the meeting still ends. You will survive one annoyed manager. You will not enjoy 6 months of never speaking.
That is true. Something else happened. Halfway through, the whole meeting went somewhere else. We spent 15 minutes on the new forms. 15 minutes.
And nobody stopped it.
Nobody stopped it. And my thing never came back.
So this is a phrase for saving your own topic. Can we come back to that?
Can we come back to that? But is that not the leader's job?
It is supposed to be, but the leader is usually the most tired person in the room. And here is the useful part. This phrase works in 2 directions.
2 directions.
You can protect your topic. Can we come back to the start date? Or you can protect your time. Someone asks you something big and you are not ready. That is a good question. Can we come back to that at the end?
So it also buys me time. Okay. So the meeting ends. Everybody agrees with me. And then nothing happens.
The meeting that agrees and does nothing.
Everyone said yes, good point. And then Monday came and nothing had changed.
Because nobody made it real. Agreement is not a decision. So near the end, you ask, can we agree on the next step?
Can we agree on the next step? And it is powerful because it is a question. You are not telling your manager what to do. You are inviting the room to finish properly. And if they say, yes, let's do that.
Then you make it specific. Who and when. Can we agree on the next step? I can test it with my team this week and bring the results on Monday.
That is a completely different ending to the meeting.
It is the difference between a meeting and a conversation.
And the last one?
The last one makes you look senior, and almost nobody does it. At the end, you say, let me quickly go over the main points.
Let me quickly go over the main points. That sounds like something the manager says.
It does it not? And that is exactly why you should say it.
Is that not rude? Taking the manager's job?
Not at all. Many managers appreciate it because it makes the decision clearer. You are saving them work. You are the person who made the meeting clear.
So I list what we decided.
Short. 3 things maximum. Let me quickly go over the main points. We are keeping March. One team starts first, and I will bring test results on Monday.
And everybody leaves knowing the same thing.
Everybody leaves knowing the same thing. That is the whole job.
I want to ask something honest. Does this work in every office?
No, and I am glad you asked because I do not want to pretend.
Because in some companies, you do not interrupt your manager. Ever.
Correct. And in some cultures, the most junior person in the room is expected to stay quiet until asked. That is real, and no English phrase changes it.
So what do I do?
You watch the room first. Give it one meeting. Notice who speaks, when they speak, and what happens to them.
And if nobody junior ever speaks?
Then you use the quiet ones. Sorry, what do you mean by... Asking what somebody means is usually one of the safer ways to speak in a formal meeting. But you still have to watch the room first.
And if I understand correctly...
Very safe. You are helping, not challenging. Those 2 are your first doors in a formal office.
And the disagreeing ones?
Those come later, and sometimes they come in an email instead of the meeting.
An email?
Yes, same sentences, different room. I see your point about March. Could we try another option? It works perfectly in writing, and in a formal office, it is often the safer door.
So the phrases are the same, I just choose where to open them.
That is exactly it.
Can I tell you what I am noticing?
Please.
None of these are difficult English. There is no advanced grammar here. It is all words I already knew.
That is the most important thing you will say today.
So why could I not do it?
Because knowing words and having a sentence ready are two different skills. In a meeting, you have about 1 second to decide. 1 second is not enough to build a new sentence, but it is enough to remember one you already have.
So I am not learning English. I am learning doors.
Doors. I like that. 10 doors into the conversation.
And I only need one of them at a time.
You only ever need one at a time.
Okay, let's do it properly. Tomorrow, I have the same meeting again. You be Rita.
I am now your manager. So, team, I want to keep the March start date. I think we are almost ready.
Sorry, what do you mean by almost ready?
Good question. I mean, the system is built and the manual is finished.
Could I add something here?
Go ahead.
If I understand correctly, the system is built, but nobody has tested it with the people who will use it.
That is correct, actually.
From my point of view, that is the risky part. I see your point about March, but if the system does not work, nobody can do their job.
But moving to April means we train everyone twice.
Could we try another option? We keep March, but only one team starts. If it works, everybody starts in week 2.
Say more about that.
One team is enough to find the problems and small enough to fix them quietly.
And if one team is not enough to see anything?
I'd like to add to that. One team is 15 people, and they use the system every hour. If something is broken, 15 people will find it in one day.
Where did you get that number?
I looked it up last night. I was angry about the meeting, so I did the math.
That is the most useful anger I have heard all week.
From my point of view, that is the whole argument. We are not choosing between March and April. We are choosing between 15 people finding the problem and 300 people finding it.
Okay, stay in character. I am supposed to be arguing with you.
Sorry.
The others will want to argue about the new forms.
Can we come back to that? I would like to finish the March decision first.
Fine. Yes.
Can we agree on the next step? I can test it with my team this week and bring you the results on Monday morning.
Yes, do that.
Let me quickly go over the main points. We are keeping March. One team starts first, I bring test results Monday, and we talk about the forms after that.
Anna, that was the whole meeting in 3 minutes.
I know, and I used 9 of them without thinking.
You used 9 of them, and none of it sounded rehearsed. That is the point. You are not performing English. You are just working. So, 10 doors.
Could I add something here? I'd like to add to that. From my point of view, sorry, what do you mean by, if I understand correctly?
I see your point, but could we try another option? Can we come back to that? Can we agree on the next step? Let me quickly go over the main points.
Say them with us once. Could I add something here?
If I understand correctly,
Could we try another option?
can we agree on the next step?
Now pick one, just one, the one you need in your next meeting.
Write the number in the comments and write one sentence using it. Your own situation, your own words.
We read them, and your sentence might be in the next episode.
Use one door tomorrow. That is all.
See you next time.